Here to discuss House Administration Committee Chairman Brian Steil. Sir, good evening. Thank you for being here. I think it's interesting that Jeffrey says why Republicans getting emotional when he's the one that got into a screaming match with Congressman Mike Lawler. But, look to this overall issue of when military paychecks start to get missed. One, likely two, because of the calendar right now. When you've got Newark, Boston, Chicago, Phoenix, LaGuardia, Houston, all these airports with staffing issues, especially in the control towers. At what point does somebody blink?
The consequences of the Schumer shutdown continue to grow, and the Democrats are putting politics in front of people. Today was the first day men and women of law enforcement, U.S. Capitol Police, weren't paid for the work that they've done since the Schumer shutdown began. Next week, Wednesday, we know our men and women of the military won't receive their paychecks on time, all because Democrats in the United States Senate refuse to reopen the government. They're beholden to the base of the party. You had the quote there earlier from Bernie Sanders. They're beholden to the base of Bernie Sanders and AOC rather than the people of the United States of America. And they're willing to put politics in front of people. We have a clean CR. It's passed the House. The House has done our job. The majority of senators in the United States Senate have voted to open the government. Yet a minority of the United States Senate, the majority of Democrats, 47 Democrats, refuse to open the government, and the consequences continue to build. Hopefully, when they come back next week on Tuesday, calmer heads prevail in the United States Senate. We peel off a few of the Democrats because it's the American people who are the losers as a result of the antics by Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries.
We talked to Senator Markwayne Mullin yesterday, and he said the Democrats knew when the government went into this Schumer-led shutdown that they gave the president the direct authority to deem which employees were essential and non-essential. So the Democrats sacrificed these government workers, these government employees, who they knew might lose their jobs permanently for their own possible political gain. Again, it's pain for the many as part of their own power grab.
The Democrats are always willing to put power over people, and it's all the more clear. Look at the hypocrisy of Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer. They have security details that are no longer receiving pay for their work. Today was the first day they didn't receive pay for the work that they already have done as a result of the Chuck Schumer shutdown. So the hypocrisy is not lost on the American people. This is a clean CR to simply put a stopgap measure in place to keep the government open and operational so we can continue and finish negotiations on fiscal 26 appropriations, as well as a handful of other policy areas. But they're beholden to their base. The anti-America rally that's going to take place in the United States National Mall on October 18th appears to be a date that Democrats are concerned about, and they're willing to sacrifice a lot to try to energize their base. It's a disaster for the country, and it's all the more reason we need to turn course and force the Democrats to open the United States government when they return.
Chairman, real quick before you go, OMB Director Russ Vought making waves today with reduction in force, that post that was really seen across the United States. I mean, here he goes. We knew he had a list. We knew he was targeting programs. He had already pulled more than $18 billion in funding, at least for New York and more for these blue states and these projects. So this was originally seen as a threat, but Russ Vought is delivering today. Your reaction?
Well, as funding lapses, the administration has to make incredibly difficult choices about how to utilize the limited funds that are available. The easy answer is to reopen the government, but we have an opportunity writ large to create efficiencies and remove waste, fraud, and abuse inside the federal government. This is the time of AI, of digital efficiency. We should be looking at ways that we can create efficiencies inside the federal government. For those on the left that want to not see these rifts take place, I say open the government. Let's begin this process to root out the waste, fraud, and abuse through the legislative process. But the administration has significant authority granted to them to create efficiencies. And in a period of time when funding is lapsed, this administration is going to have to make difficult choices because we have at risk a situation where the troops won't be paid Wednesday of next week.
I'll just let you know what the Democrat messaging is going to be over the weekend. It's going to be that the stock market fell because the Republicans shut the government down. They're praying that the markets collapse because they can use it to their advantage. Just letting you know. Not that I speak Democrat, but, I know people who do. Chairman Brian Steil, great to see you.
Thank you.